What's going on, guys? It's Picsoleated, and today we are looking at a sneaker from a sneaker and apparel company that lately I've been covering pretty often on my channel, and that company definitely is Reebok. Reebok has been doing some things lately in the sneaker industry that I'm super proud of, and I'm excited to see what else they do. Hopefully this sneaker is a big push in the right direction. We're going to be taking a look at the Reebok Classic Leather Legacy. This is a brand new sneaker from Reebok inspired by the original classic leathers, but modernized and future-proofed with brand new materials and a much more streamlined shape. The Classic Leather Legacy in this dynamic blue colorway released on August 14th along with several other colorways. It released for $80 US and 110 Canadian dollars here in Canada. That is an absolutely bonkers price if you ask me for a sneaker of this stature. This shoe takes inspiration from the Reebok Aztec racing shoe from 1979 and, you guessed it, the Classic Leather from 1983. Both super old retro classic shoes that still get releases to this day. To this day! But have now been revamped and fused for the future. Now I know this shoe is called the Classic Leather Legacy, but in my opinion, I really feel like 90% of the shoe was inspired by the Reebok Aztecs. I don't know if the Classic Leather is more popular and that's the reason they decided to use that as the main name for this shoe, but it's definitely getting a smidge more credit than it deserves here. I mean, you don't go around calling a veggie patty a cheeseburger just because it has cheese on it, right? Or do you? Anyways, more on the specifics later. First, let's go over the materials. The Reebok Classic Leather Legacy introduces some new materials to the construction of this shoe that will finally propel Reebok to make shoes with newer tech. Seriously, I get that classic shoes are awesome, they're great retro styles, and they become classics because they're timeless, but there are real practical uses of newer materials and newer tech, so I'm all for this. The upper of the shoe is predominantly blue, and the underlay that forms the top of the toe box and part of the side panel is made of one of the newer materials. I call it ripstop, but I'm not sure if that's the official name. It's super strong and durable and super light at the same time. The side panels that reach down to the ankle opening of the shoe are also ripstop, but they have a more condensed grid pattern on them, whereas the toe box has more of a crosshatch pattern. I don't know if the difference of pattern indicates a different purpose. As far as I know, it's just an aesthetic choice and it adds a bit of interest to the shoe. We then have the two stripes of the Reebok logo striking across on the sides in this highlighter yellow colorway, and while this does look like it's leather, it also has this laminated finish that gives it a sheen that I've never seen on leather before. Then there's the overlaying third strip that crosses in white with that same laminated leather finish and a patch stitched above with Reebok text debossed into it. Now there's a layer of enforcement around the lace eyelets. It's red and has this crosshatch pattern, making me think this is another more durable and thick form of the ripstop material that makes the rest of the shoe. It does feel very sturdy. The lace eyelets are actually these white plastic things, and the red ripstop outline is more of an aesthetic and integrity situation in my opinion, enforcing the shape of the upper of the shoe. The tongue is royal blue made of ripstop again. It has perforations and a red tongue tab with Reebok branding on the front and text on the back. What's really weird about this text is it's missing a few letters in the first sentence. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's just my pair or if it's actually like that throughout the whole production, but if it is, it's kind of weird. I thought it had something to do with the triads until I realized it was just missing a few eyes, and it actually just says traditional. The tongue also has an unfinished edges vibe going on, which has no practical value and is just there to add style and thinking out of the box points. This isn't the first shoe to do this obviously, but it's almost certainly the first for Reebok. The toe box, mudguard, and the heel counter of the shoe are made of classic suede or leather. Ha, see what I did there? One of the few parts of the shoe that still uses old school materials. The heel pull is made of leather with Reebok text on the back. The midsole of this shoe is made more futuristic by making it more chunky, giving it this aggressive angular design, got this huge wedge in the back. But it's not just an upgrade in aesthetics, it's an upgrade in comfort too. Because it's got a soft feel, which means the EVA foam used to make this midsole was formed to be more comfortable than the average harder EVA midsole. Finally, we have a very groovy rubber outsole that'll keep traction no matter where you go. When it comes to sizing, these shoes are a little tricky, and I was expecting this, but not really, but kind of actually. The thing with these shoes is that they're a sleek design and are made of a ripstop material that is known for not stretching or breaking in at all. I went with my true to size 10 with these, and I'm happy with that size. I am a wide foot, and at points my toe makes contact with the front of the shoe in the slightest of uncomfortable ways. But I do have faith that these shoes will break in just a little bit. They're still made of some suede, so it has that going for it. After one or two more wears, I'm sure it'll be fine. If you do have wide feet though, I'd suggest at least trying a pair on or just going half a size up for the sake of all around comfort and taking the guessing out of it. Otherwise, these shoes are super easy to slide on even at size 10, and they feel good enough to wear if you're willing to deal with the little toe nudge feeling at the end from time to time. Otherwise, just go half a size up if you have wide feet. When it comes to comfort, I gotta say I was anticipating a lot from the shoe, and it does not disappoint. The shock absorption from this midsole is absolutely exceptional. It's soft and has a nice, soft but firm feel every time I dig my heels into the ground. I feel no stress walking or jumping around in these. On top of that, one of the more surprising aspects of the shoe is that it's actually ridiculously light. Don't let this hefty midsole fool you. It actually doesn't weigh anywhere close to what it looks like it weighs. Honestly, these shoes are so light they make me wonder why I wear slides. Then I remember that slides are the ultimate form of breathable since there's not really anything there, and I forget I ever thought that. In any case, I don't normally recommend many sneakers for long walks or hikes or trails and such, but I can easily recommend you do any of those activities in these. It's got the support, the comfort, and it's lightweight for minimum fatigue. The Reebok Classic Leather Legacy is a shoe that breaks the mold for Reebok. It pushes them in the right direction for the future, and it does it at a breakneck price. For $80 or 110 Canadian dollars, this is the most affordable futuristic shoe that'll keep you styling and comfortable at the same time. And this dynamic colorway is just a beauty. Do you think Reebok hit a banger with these, or do you think they could have done something better? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new content, and make sure to hit that noti bell so you join Noti Gang and never miss out on future content. That's it for my review. I'll catch you in the next one. Picsoleated is leaving a classic legacy.